Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Alex, and I'm going to give you a trade that's going to make you over $25,000 tomorrow, trading on Friday with 0 days till expiration. This trade is going to be on Expedia. This is a travel company, and we are going to take advantage of it. Now, guys, I'm doing my part. I'm giving you a phenomenal trade here that's going to make you thousands and thousands in profit. So please do your part. Help me share this video so we can help other people make thousands, people that wouldn't have seen this video because YouTube wouldn't show it to them. So if you can help me share it on Reddit, on Facebook, with a family member or a friend, guys, it's really going to help this video reach more people, so more people like you can make thousands on this trade. We've got an extremely high probability setup, and I'm going to explain it in detail, guys. And this is a free training video, so I'd really take advantage, guys. Get a pen and paper out. Make sure you write the important details I'm going to go over, because if you miss out on literally one detail, that could be the difference between you making $10,000 on this trade and $25,000 on this trade. How does the profitability, vary so much? Because we're trading on a Friday, guys. You have to be precise. You need to know when to enter, when to exit, because that's really going to, mess with your profit potential if you don't know when to get in, okay? So pay very close attention, and I'm going to show you how to nail this tomorrow, guys. Like I said, if you don't share this video, guys, you are selfish, okay? Because you're stopping other people from making a ton of money on this trade. And we just want to reach more people on this video only, guys. I'm not asking you to share other videos. I'm only asking you to share this video because we have such a good trade and we can help so much people make so much money. All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to explain this in detail, starting off with their earnings. Guys, they just reported earnings. They were complete dog shit, minus 2.64 EPS, okay? They missed the estimate by 34%. They missed revenue by 18%. And they're at their all-time highs. Guys, that's a cause for disaster. I'm going to show you exactly how to abuse this and how to make a ton of money on it. So let's do this. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, we like to use historical analysis to back our trades, historical analogs to compare what we might be getting in Expedia. So we're going to be going over the previous earnings reactions in Expedia to give us a good idea on how this thing likes to behave. So here's the last time Expedia reported earnings. You can see they had good numbers. They beat EPS by 69%, lucky number. They beat revenue by 9%. What did they do? They gapped up, and your best strategy was to buy either calls at the open or short the bounce. Okay, so you had a DTR, which, by the way, if you're new, is daily trading range of 6 points. Basically, all that is from top to bottom, what was the range of the day. This is going to help you nail your entries and exits. I'll show you exactly how to do that moving forward. But now we're going to get into the next earnings report. Here, they actually had the worst earnings report in the history of the company's lifespan. They missed EPS by 19%, and they missed revenue by 10%. What did they do? They gapped down. What do? You short the open. Okay, so two scenarios so far. You can see it was highly profitable to short this stock. Obviously, in this example, you could have bought calls, but you could have bought puts, and that would have made you just as much money. Okay, so puts in the first example, puts in the second example, and now we're going to get into the third example, puts again. They miss EPS horribly. They miss revenue horribly. So when they miss, the earnings, what do? You short it. Short it at the open. You get an 8-point DTR move to the downside. And what does that leave us with so far? 3 times where you wanted to short this stock after earnings, right? Short, short, short. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's got very good and consistent bearish price action after earnings. And so this is going to bring us to our fourth example here. February the 13th, 2020. Gaps up, okay, but what do? You actually short the open slash that tiny little bounce there, if you even consider that a bounce, okay? So this is a tiny move from only 124 to 120, okay? So not the greatest move in percentage terms when it comes to actually giving you a profitable move on a Friday, but nonetheless, it's about the behavior, because if you can nail the behavior, you're going to make money. So profits could vary from about 100% gain on this trade to 500% gain. So it really just depends on how big is this move we're going to get. I do believe it's going to be the biggest one yet, or at least the second biggest move we've ever gotten in Expedia. So get ready. Here, they beat the EPS and missed the revenue by just a little. They still got a bullish reaction, but you wanted to short it. So how many examples is that you want to short the stock after earnings? 1, 2, 3, 4. Very consistent, and this is why you have an extremely high probability to win this trade by shorting Expedia tomorrow. Last example here, okay, November of 2019, when they reported earnings, they missed EPS, they missed revenue. That thing dropped really freaking hard, down 28% in just one day, guys. All you wanted to do here was short the open, DTR, daily trading range of 18 points. Guys, that would make you so much money. If we can get something similar to this, you're going to be a rich man by the end of tomorrow, okay? So congratulations, and I'm super glad you stumbled upon this video. So let's go through this again, guys. every single time Expedia reports earnings, you can see it's got a very consistent reaction where you want to short it every time, right? Short this, short that, short that, short that, and short that. Okay, so guys, very consistent behavior from this stock, and that's what we're going to abuse here tomorrow. So take a look at this though. This is what's really interesting, is that today in current times, we're trading at $149. Well, back when we were at $135, look at the EPS. It was actually positive, right? We were earning $3.03 per share. Okay, and today we're actually losing money. Okay, so Expedia is actually losing $2.60 a share. Okay, and we're trading higher now with negative EPS than we were with great EPS at 135. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. That's a divergence, and that's a great signal to us that this thing is hugely overbought. It's not priced correctly, and this thing is going to come down, especially when you compare the price it's at right now and that chart that you can see. It's clearly at the top of the Bollinger Band. There's a ton of other things that I'm not going to get into when it comes to the chart currently. This puts us in an extremely high probability trade with the bearish price action that always follows the stock after earnings. Okay, so right off the bat, you can already tell this is an extremely high probability setup. This thing is extremely overbought, and it's going to come down tomorrow. So I want to show you what this might look like on an intraday chart. So here's what this looked like in November of 2020, last time they reported earnings. So this was good earnings, okay? Now keep in mind, we had dog shit earnings today. They're horrible, and we're at all-time highs. And missing earnings at all-time high is a recipe for disaster. And so this thing will drop tomorrow. We're going to make a shit ton of money on it. But look at the timing, guys. It's the timing that makes you tons of money when you trade options. So here, back in November 4th, 2020, if you would have actually shorted it at 947, that would have been your perfect entry. And if you would have got out at 1040, that would have been your perfect exit. So a 1 hour trade where you drop 6 points, that would have made you about 200% return at least. Okay, so you could have doubled your money in less than 1 hour. That's a really great return. I think we can all agree on that. And so you wanted to short at 947. Now, if you're confused, why is this important? Well, because once again, it's about timing when you're trading on a Friday, because the difference in your timing could literally make the difference between you making 10,000 and 25,000, like I said earlier in the video. So it's important you know when to get in and when to get out. Here's another example of what this might look like, because currently you can actually see we're gapping down just a little bit, about a few points, and this reaction is very similar. Gap down a few points, although this is when we're at $80. We're currently at 140, so I'd say this is much less of a gap, right, in percentage terms, but either way, it's still pretty similar, right? A little bit of a gap down. What does it do? It dumps off at the open for the first 20 minutes of the session. Okay, so your entry is going to be at the open, and your exit's going to be at 950. Now, what you're going to notice about Expedia is 4 out of the last 5 earnings we dumped off at the open. So this stock loves to dump off at the open. Please keep that in mind. That should be written in your journal. Expedia loves to dump off at the open, but this is the most important part of the video when it comes to entering the trade. We've never seen the reversal not come within the first 17 minutes. So this was the latest the reversal ever came to the short side, 947. So you want to short this stock within the first 17 minutes, guys. This reversal lower will come within the first 17 minutes based on how this thing historically behaves. You just got to put a little bit of trust and faith in the process and understand that historically this is how this thing behaves, and we have dog shit earnings today, and it's highly likely to happen. So be looking for the short within the first 17 minutes of the session, and that's going to give you an extremely high probability to nail it. Now, let's say you want to buy some puts at 930, and then let's say it rises a little to at 935, 940, it still hasn't dropped. Add more puts, okay? Because once again, the reasoning behind this trade is so strong. You have such a high probability. It always has bearish price action. So maybe you're getting in just a tiny bit early. You know bearish price action is going to come, because that's what this thing does every single time. So don't be scared if you're down just a little. Add to the position, because you got to be confident in the process, how this thing typically behaves, and you're going to make a shit ton of money if you can do that, okay? So what's our actual synopsis in conclusion? Like, what can we do to sum this up and really give you the best idea going in tomorrow? Well, here's why we want to short this thing, right? In depth here. Well, every single time Expedia has missed earnings, it had bearish price action. So take a look at this. Missed earnings, bearish price action. Missed earnings today, right? This is what we did today. We're going to have bearish price action. Watch. Missed earnings, right? You can see that in the red numbers here. Bearish price action. Here, bearish price action with bad earnings, okay? So every single time here, missed earnings, bearish price action. Anytime this company's ever had bad earnings, they've always had bearish price action. And then even when they had good earnings, they had bearish price action. You see what I'm saying? So you can't really go wrong shorting the stock tomorrow, especially when you had the second worst earnings in the history of this company. Guys, when you combine that, right, point number 3, with point number 2, that they missed earnings at all-time highs, guys, this thing is so ripe for a drop tomorrow, and it's going to be magnificent. So you want to look for the short. You'll make huge profits, and all you got to do is look for the short within the first 17 minutes and understand that usually it actually likes to get support within, by 10:40 or 9:50. Now, what I would suggest is that you start collecting some profits if you get a sizable move to the downside. For example, if this thing drops six points within a 1 hour, you're going to be double your money already. So start collecting some of your profits. But I do believe we're going to get a much more bearish move than this is, than we've got in the past. Okay, so don't be surprised if it exceeds the expected move. Okay, because this is a horrible earnings report. We're at all-time highs, and this is the best scenario you could get for a bearish move to the downside tomorrow. Okay, so what's the average DTR based on these 5 examples we've went over? Well, the average DTR is 8.4. But if we take into consideration that we're trading at all-time highs, the highest the stock has ever been at $149, we do believe and we do estimate the DTR to be a little bit higher than the average, and we do believe it's going to be about 12 points. So how do you use this? Let me show you. If you're new to the channel, you probably don't know how to use the DTR, which is daily trading range, which we calculate. So for example, we want to short Expedia, right? So if we know that it has a range of 12 points and it hits a high of about let's see, right now it's at 146, right? So let's say it hits 150 and then it starts dropping, it reverses. That's going to be the top for the day. So we're going to hit a 12-point range. So we expect to get down to 138 by the end of the day if we hit a high of 150. Does that make sense? Because on average and based on our calculations, we expect a 12-point move from top to bottom. So once you set the top, the short position is in and you know you're going lower, use the top, subtract 12, and that's going to be your perfect exit point most likely based on our calculations, okay? So guys, this is a phenomenal trade. Like I said, you've got to help me share this so we can help more people make money. The consistency is here. The consistency is real. And your profits are going to be even more real when you take this trade, pull the trigger, trade emotionlessly, and take advantage, guys. I'm super happy for you. I'm super confident in this trade. And, at the end of the day, don't take it just because I said so. Okay, I think you should take it because you're confident in what we've shown you. You're confident in what you see, and you believe in the same reasons we believe, guys. This is something I would size up hugely on. This is something, for example, if you have a $50,000 account that you trade options with, this is something I wouldn't even be scared to put 20,000 or 30,000 into, right? Most of the time they tell you never use more than 10% of your account. Well, sometimes there's exceptions, and this is an exception, as you can see, because it's so consistent, it's so profitable, and you will make a ton of money if you can just pull the trigger and trade based on what this thing historically does. It always is bearish after earnings, and you've got to take advantage, guys. Okay, so please, guys, I'm going to ask for the 80th time in this video. Share this video with someone, guys. Please, it's going to help somebody make a lot of money, and we're super confident in this trade, and I'm sure you're confident in it as well. That being said, you should still always be prepared for the worst-case scenario, which is an outlier, right? What if we get an outlier? What if we get something that's never happened before on Expedia? You should still be ready for that. So let's say you got a $50,000 account, you put all $30,000, or not all $30,000, but you put $30,000 in a trade. Could you live with yourself knowing that this was such a high probability trade? Could you lose all $30,000, or would you cry about it, guys? Personally, I'd rather lose $30,000 than not put $30,000 in this trade, because that's how good this trade is, okay? So you've got to decide for yourself, what are you comfortable with? What is your opinion on this trade, and how confident are you in it, okay? So don't take it just because I said so. Take it because you're confident, you're ready, and, well, you're ready to make $20,000 at least, right? You put $20,000 in this trade, you're going to make at least $20,000. You're at least going to double your money, at the very least, okay, with potential to 5x your money. So if you put $20,000 in this trade, and we get a higher end DTR move, you're gonna make $100,000 on this trade. Okay, so you're gonna make at least 20,000, and you're gonna make maximal of 100,000. I completely mess up what I just said, but you get what I fucking mean, alright? So guys, it's an incredible trade. Like I said, for now the 9th time in this video, share this video so somebody can make money and take advantage, and so they can make this shit happen with us, guys. YouTube's only going to show this video to so many people. That's why you really got to help me, because not only are you helping me, you're helping other people make money on this, and we're going to rock and roll, and we're going to take advantage. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to leave a like, because that's obviously going to help the video do better as well, reach more people. And that's all we've got. So let me know if you got any questions. And guys, we don't do these free trading videos often, okay? So cherish them when you get them and take advantage, because if I post it, it's going to be a good trade, okay? Like I said, you can always get an outlier, so be prepared for the worst. Obviously, I'm extremely confident, and I have good reason to be. So I'm just sharing with you what I'll be doing tomorrow. And, you know, you're going to see guys in our trading group make thousands, and I'll be sharing it with you tomorrow. And so make sure you subscribe so you can watch the results, guys. My name is Alex. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.